It's time for the first edition of BJJTV this school year. In this episode, we will get caught up in Stanley Cup fever,
learn more about Mo traction, and take a look at a trend that's been taking some teens by storm.
But first up, we were all in for a surprise this school year when lunchtime rolled around. Here's the details.
Why did the West Wing cafeteria close?
That is a really good question.
So I'm not sure exactly why it closed. I don't truly know the explanation as to why.
I honestly don't know.
Even though we haven't been able to pinpoint why the West Wing cafeteria closed, we do know that quite a few people miss it.
I always like to kind of go to both of them and see what the best food was, so you're obviously missing out on that because you just got kind of one choice or one section of a choice.
That was my cafeteria, man. That's where we all ate.
I was looking forward to eating in there.
I really liked it when the West Wing cafeteria was open because it kind of made more space with the cafeterias.
The people who were in there last year are now in the next cafeteria. It's a lot more crowded.
Yes, people miss having two cafeterias, but going down to one cafeteria does solve several supervision and safety issues.
But the idea is having kids in one place. We have, with two different cafeterias, you had twice the amount of supervision.
When you had students in the West Wing and you had them in that other cafeteria and they were coming and going back and forth, it was really tough just to manage where people were at. In the event of an emergency or we need to evacuate, just having them in one location makes it a little bit easier for us to logistically handle that.
By going down to one cafeteria, we now have 3 different lunch shifts instead of 2. Some students on B lunch have had to deal with a big adjustment.
I'm in B lunch, so it really disrupts the classroom.
You have to leave your class and then come back to it. Like stop whatever you're doing just to go eat.
I don't really like going to class and then having to go to lunch and coming back because it's hard to get back into it, especially if we're taking tests.
It's weird whenever I was taking the test today, just stop your test and go to lunch.
But like with all changes, after some time, people have started to adjust.
I know that the first couple of day or two, there was a scheduling issue and a couple of the lunches were running into one another, but I think that's all worked out now.
It takes a little while for everybody to figure it out and to kind of fall into a habit, but I would say at this point that it looks like it's running smoothly.
At first I didn't like it, but you get used to it, so it's not so bad.
I'm Emma Duncan reporting for BJJTV. A new lunch system isn't the only thing that happened over the summer. The town of St. Louis was painted blue as the St. Louis Blues made history. Megan Duncan has the story.
Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues!
It's the greatest story in sports.
In June of 2019, the St. Louis Blues defied the odds and made it to the Stanley Cup Finals for the first time in franchise history.
I was the most pessimistic person back in January, and I just can't believe it. It's amazing.
Kind of thought they might make the playoffs, but never here.
With high hopes, over 50,000 Blues fans gathered in downtown St. Louis, with millions more watching at home to support the team.
Close-knit community, and we're behind our teams.
Witnessed a lot of failures and shortcomings with the Blues playoffs, so this would mean everything.
They're going to make history tonight, right? Yeah, they're making history.
St. Louis, it brings peace, it brings unity, all these people coming together for one thing. No violence, no nothing, it brings peace.
The Stanley Cup Finals means more to the St. Louis community than just winning. It not only has brought people together, but has caused a chain reaction of positivity through Missouri.
I think, just like me, we've waited a long time, and it's awesome to see a community come together like this. So hopefully they'll do it for us and for themselves.
In January of 2019, the St. Louis Blues ranked last in the National Hockey League. No less than 6 months later, the Blues made franchise history on June 12th by defeating the Boston Bruins 4-1 in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. For BJJTV, I'm Megan Duncan reporting.
One thing that a lot of people have noticed this year include hydro flasks and scrunchies. Let's take a look at the VSCO girl trend.
How would I describe a VSCO girl?
What don't I know about VSCO girls? They like taking selfies a lot.
She's peppy.
They always wear oversized shirts.
The big t-shirts.
Wears long shirts.
Big old water bottle.
Obviously has to have a hydro flask.
Hydro flask.
Hydro flask. Duh. Everyone knows that.
I do have a hydro flask when I'm saving the environment, so.
I usually shout hydro at them. Maybe I shouldn't, but I do.
Just don't drop it.
Oh, I dropped dropped my hydro flask.
Oh, can't forget the scrunchies. I'm not wearing one.
Even if there's a scrunchie on your head, you have to have like 2 or 3 on your wrists.
Are you wearing a scrunchie? You're not wearing a scrunchie?
I think that they're taking my favorite things and making them into cliches.
I guess when everyone starting a similar trend, people want to make fun of it.
There's like 2 different aesthetics to the VSCO girl. It's like the annoying VSCO girl that's like, and I oops. And then there's like the normal VSCO girl that you see on Pinterest that just looks cool.
Let them do what they want, you know. If they want to be a VSCO girl, then let them be a VSCO girl, because it's what they like and it's what they enjoy.
It's a persona, it's a personality you take on. It says a lot about how we are as a culture. We all conform to each other to fit into groups. You know, that's kind of our primal instincts to do that.
If you want to be a VSCO girl, then you be a VSCO girl. I got your back.
And I oop.
And I oop.
And I oop, and I oops, and I oop, period.
We're going to end the show by taking a look back at an important highway safety conference that Blue Jay Journal staff members attended this summer.
We hope you enjoyed learning about Traction and how this program impacts our high school.
Hi, we're at Traction, which is teens taking action to prevent crashes. Day 1, we arrived in Columbia. We hit the ground running with lots of teamwork and just lots of dedication. That's a good picture. The games were definitely really fun for me.
We have faith in you. Okay.
Because like you just have everyone and the energy was so high and it never fizzled out.
You definitely learned a lot about like your group on like who can listen to directions more, who's more of a leader, who's more of a follower with the directions. Every game was like that. You needed one leader to step forward. Not all of us know each other like when we came, but when we all came together and we talked together as a team, we ended up being a really good team.
It's been really fun coming here and getting to know my team. We're all in different grades and we all do different things, and TV is something that brings us all together. I think it's really fun that we're all joined by this one thing and all this one plan. And we're gonna have a great year.
I definitely do think we came together as a team because we didn't know each other. We are all from different like backgrounds and none of us really knew each other coming in, and we didn't talk before this. I'm really glad I did get to know all of them all, and I would definitely do it again.
Night 1, Traction Columbia Conference 2019. Golden Buckle winner is the Turquoise. Let's do it.
We actually won the Golden Buckle, which is amazing. The best part of the night. It was for like people that are energized, working as a team, being together and all that.
What's up, Dallas? What's up, Dallas? Jump on it, jump on it, jump on it.
Our group did not stop dancing. We were laughing. We were having a great time together. And then like once they announced it, we were going crazy dancing.
Traction Night 1, Golden Buckle winner!
Day 2 is definitely more serious than day 1 was.
It's day 2 and it's a lot more sentimental. It's actually touching everybody's hearts a lot more.
We got to go outside. We got to watch the mock crash.
You're on the wrong side of the road! You hit me!
You got to see all the people involved and how they all had to work together to try to save these people.
Like it was just crazy to see all the people that have to come and deal with it all.
The kids at our school could easily take driving more seriously, including myself. I'm not saying I'm perfect by any means, because it doesn't matter what background you are, what age you are, what race you are, it doesn't matter. Your life can end just as easy as anybody else's can. Everyone's life is meaningful, so we're here for 3 days to bring the facts back to you, to show you what your life means to us.
So today's our last day here at Traction, and we are going over about things that we need to take back to our schools.
We've done a lot to better our school for the driving with the signs, the sheets, the posters, the PSAs, all that kind of stuff. But even still, I see kids who are constantly on their phone. I know kids who are absolutely sleep deprived, who don't wear their seatbelts.
We're coming back to the high school to teach you all on safe driving, and we all have a different part to bring to you guys.
Our problem is not enough students at Washington High School wear their seatbelts and are often driving impaired or distracted.
It really bothers me knowing that a lot of people would rather just not wear a seatbelt because they don't think it's cool, opposed to live the rest of their life, opposed to going to prom, to getting married, to playing the next football game.
I know you guys have heard it before, but buckle up phone down, and arrive alive. Because even if it just saves one life, that one life could be yours or your loved one's.